Well, thank you so much, everybody, for the warm applause. Appreciate it. How about that music that was playing before we started, right? I was like, I've moderated many panels. That is the best playlist that I've ever heard in life. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I want to jump right into it. But first, can you give the announcement that you told me backstage about the milestone that the book just experieused? Mr.
Me
Dyson?
admiring that you were in Beverly.
You know what? Nobody asked you to talk about where I was from. Go ahead.
Well, I just got word when I landed that we're on the New York Times bestseller list, so very grateful for that, and thank you all for showing up tonight.
That's right, on a Wednesday night, and it's not warm
on
at
prayer
all.
meeting night.
Not warm at all, okay.
Open the gospel pearls up. Turn to number 88.
Well, I'm going to get started because we're going to try to save time for questions. So I'm going to jump right in.
Can y'all see out there? It's dark, man. I don't see nothing.
I don't think that, you know.
Oh, they're supposed to be in the light.
They're supposed to be able to see us.
Oh, we're the shy lights. They're the, I see.
They look beautiful, though.
If I can see you, I'm sure you are.
Their shapes are beautiful. So I want to start by asking you about, you've been this pioneer in looking at hip-hop artists and hip-hop artistry in academia, you know, and now other people have kind of followed your lead. So what led you initially to start that course on Jay-Z?
Yeah, that's a great point. Because, you know, even before the course on Jay-Z for the last decade, I remember I was at Princeton at a conference in 1994. Some of y'all weren't born back then. I mean, you know, I teach, my students keep getting younger and younger, and I'm just getting older. But in 94, I remember, it was at a big conference. It was Toni Morrison, Stuart Hall, who was a great, you know, thinker, and myself. We were the three that got like standing ovations, right? But the thing is that I was quoting Ralph Ellison and then Snoop Dogg, right? He was a Snoopy dog then. Snoop Doggy Dogg, I'm sorry.
I was about to say, he was never Snoopy Doggy Dogg.
Yes, this is how old people talk about hip-hop. Snoopy Doggy. Snoop Doggy Dogg and Dr. Dre is at the door, ready to make an entrance. So back on up, because you know we're about to rap. All right. I got it. I know it is. Give me the microphone first so I could. It's the capital S O yes, I'm fresh and double O P D O double G Y D O W G U C.
There was a question that was asked of you.
Showing much flex when it's time to record mic, pimping hoes, black and rip, like the name's Dolomite, yeah. So
showing off.
Of course, this is the time. I quoted Snoop Doggy Dogg, and they were like, "What? You got a PhD from Princeton? And you're Ralph Ellison? We get." Because I'm talking about fingering the jagged grain of experience with the blues. But then when I came to Snoop Dogg, and I'm talking about theodicy, woke up, jumped out my bed. I'm in a two-man cell with my homie, little half-dead. Murder was the case that they gave me. Dear God, I wonder, can you save me? I'm saying he's raising serious questions about the nature of divine intervention on his life that is full of moral chaos. So they were like, this is how you warp a young mind. Studying that hippie hop stuff, right? Now, everybody doing it, right? I paid the price for that though. They ain't talk about you, it ain't gonna be no serious scholarship. You ain't gonna do, I wrote a book on Tupac, wrote a book called Know What I Mean on hip hop. I got a book on Nas's Illmatic, right? The first album. And then this book on Jay. So I taught a class because I wanted to grapple with a serious figure, right? I love American poetry. I love poetry more generally. You know, I grew up in Detroit, Michigan. Thank you.
To that
Where's
one
Detroit?
person, right?
Yeah, don't be trying to be condescending toward her. Where you at, Detroit? What up? What up, though? They mad. They want it to be Detroit. Chicago
Where are you
wanted
right
to
now?
be.
You are in Chicago, right? Where is he?
Wait a minute. All that great music y'all made with Motown. Oh, that was Detroit. Got to give the people. That was cold. That was cold, Jam. Charlottes were cold. The Dells were cold. But Smokey Robinson, Aretha Franklin, Stevlin Morris, better known as Stevie. I don't want to hear you naysayers out here. All right, so I grew up in Detroit, as I was saying. You rude Chicagoans over here. South Side.
You know, made me forget my point. So
You made you forget your point.
I was growing
I'm about to leave.
I was growing up in Detroit, and you know, that poetry of the streets was resonant in my mind. It was the 3rd of September, that day I'll always remember, because that was the day. Don't act like y'all bushy Negroes. Y'all know the Temptations. Never got a chance. Y'all know what that is. So I was also influenced by a pastor and a 5th grade teacher where we were learning poetry. Little Brown Baby with Sparkling Eyes, Paul Laurence Dunbar, Gray's Elegy in the Courtyard, Full Minute Gem of Purest Ray Serene, The Dark Unfathomed Caves of Ocean Bare, Full Minute Flowers Born to Blush Unseen in Wasted Sweetness on the Desert Air. So, you know, I was like, 12, 13 years old when my next door neighbor died and his wife gave me a gift of the Harvard classics. So I'm in the hood reading 2 Years Before the Mass by Richard Dana and reading all that poetry. Charge once more than end be done. When the forts of folly fall, find thy body by the wall. Listening to Paul Robeson, salt you, a word or two before you go. I have done the state some service, and they know it, right? Hitting that Otello. And, I ain't charging no extra for none of that, all right? That's free. I'm gonna just give you that for free. So, it's that kind of night. So I was deeply influenced by poetic meters and conventions. You know, Robert Frost, whose the woods these are, I think I know his house is in the village though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. But I moved from there to standing by the speaker. Suddenly I had a fever. Was it me or either summer madness? Because I just can't stand around, so I get closer, and the closer I get, the better it sounds. My mind starts to activate, rhymes collaborate, because when I heard the beat, I just had to make something from the top of my head. So I fell into the groove of the wax and I said, how can I move the crowd? First of all, ain't no mistakes allowed. So Rakim, putting that in order and in orbit and giving us some serious rhetorical refinement to reflect on. And so I knew that hip hop was offering some of the same things that Robert Frost at his best, or Rita Dove, in the book I call Jay-Z, Robert Frost with a Brooklyn accent, Rita Dove with a Jesus piece. People think he's just engaging in hyperbole because they don't believe in the integrity and the skill of their Black kids. And not just Black America, but America disbelieves that Jay-Z, who writes, not by writing with pen, but with his mind, doesn't even write it down, could come up with what Homer might see as enviable, right? And I don't romanticize them, I take them seriously, right? Now, everybody ain't that well. You got some whack music, but you got whack gospel music. It don't make you stop listening and going to church. Jesus will never say no, stop lying.
You guys didn't know you were getting a concert as well as an interview here, right? He is performing up here today.
I mean, and I'm saying they lying. They lying in the gospel music. It ain't just because your body is saved, your voice is whack. Some of us, you know. Ouch. So I'm just saying. So don't act like everything you hear in church is great either. Everything in opera ain't nothing but gangster rap in Italian. I mean, come on. The stuff they be talking about, right? So for me, it was a deeply influential, that culture of poetry and prose and great thoughts that are refined and eloquent. And I saw the best of that, you know, and that in the best of hip hop. So I wanted to teach a class to really come at it. I've been teaching it for years and years and years, Jay-Z for the last 10 years, because he's a rhetorical master. I mean, doesn't write it down, does it from memory, in an oral tradition, and extended metaphors, metonymy, simile, analogy, enjambment. That means you got a long line, but you fit it in to make it fit in the meter, the cadence, the rhythm, right? And talking about all kinds of things, right? No, the teachers couldn't reach me, and my mama couldn't beat me hard enough to match the pain of my pop not seeing. So with that disdain in my membrane, got on my pimp game, the world my defense came. He's explaining to you the impetus for his hustle, or God forgive me for my brash delivery, but I remember vividly what these streets did to me. Imagine me allowing you to paint me as a pickaninny, right? So, you know, when you look at a guy like that, I saw tremendous
Genius and insight, political stuff. Bin Laden been happening in Manhattan. Crack was anthrax back then, back when police was Al-Qaeda to black men. Right? That's what the bling when the rim is in the system. Ain't don't tell him, will I love him, will I diss him, or Big Pimpin'. People, they hear that, oh, he's just a rapper that talks about bacchanalia and booty. Right? Some of y'all.
And there's nothing wrong with that. You know,
not
sometimes.
At all.
Not at all.
Nothing wrong with the booty.
Did he have any involvement in this? You know, you do such deep analysis, you're citing his lyrics. What role, if any, did Jay-Z have or his label have with the book?
I'm gonna tell you what Jay-Z did for me that was beautiful, right? I didn't want to talk to Jay-Z because I know what I think. No disrespect to him, he wrote his book, he got decoded, we know, you're right, read his stuff. I got an analysis, I don't need no help, but what I do need is permission to quote them lyrics. Because you see now he's suing some child.
Yeah, he's suing a child's book
I got 99 problems.
From A to Jay-Z or something like that.
I got 99 problems and Hov is one. Right? So you know if they're gonna sue a child's book, what they gonna do to me?
Right. Yep.
Right? Children's, I know it's right, but I'm a Negro tonight in the hood. A child's book. Hot damn it.
I thought you'd say a children's book.
A children's book too.
Book, right?
My children out here, boy. So, don't make me bring Richard Pryor up in this. Okay, so I hope you choke on the chicken bone, okay? Which way is up, playing the grandfather. Don't get it twisted, I know what it is. So, the thing is that I said, Hov, can I use your lyrics? And he gave me permission to use whatever I wanted, however I want to use it. And you'll notice on the cover of the book, it is, I didn't make it, so don't think I'm being arrogant. It's a beautiful cover. Right? Because I think, I get involved at every level because it needs to be beautiful. People need to buy something that if they're going to spend $50 like y'all are tonight each on a book. Oh, okay.
They look
25.
surprised.
Yeah. Okay, I was just trying to get some extra dough. If they go,
that's for the rapping and singing that's going on.
That's right. I'll come to your home tonight and Mike will set it off. So $25, whatever you're spending, you want it to be beautiful, aesthetically appealing. You want the substance to be there. I hope I took care of that. And I wanted it to be dynamic. But to have the ability, if I'm trying to show he's a lyrical genius and I can only quote half a song, because that's what most books do. Fair use value, copyright. They don't even let you quote the stuff. So when Jay said, have at it, I was like, my brother.
Yeah, because I was scared for you. I figured you took care of it because I know who you are. But when I saw, he even raps in the acknowledgments. Like, this book is serious. Like, there are lyrics throughout it, liner notes. It's really, really interesting. So I was wondering, did you want to talk to him or did you? And you
no,
did not.
I didn't even talk to him. I just need permission for the lyrics.
And why did you choose? What struck me about the book was you went into so many different layers of who he is as a human being, as a man, a black man, a father, a husband, a friend, a mentor. Why the hustler focus?
Well, great question. Walter McDougall, who's a conservative Pulitzer Prize winning historian, said that, a former colleague of mine at University of Pennsylvania, said that hustling is the central motif of American history. Now check that out. Conservative white historian says that the dominant trait of American society, historically, the American character can be distilled in the hustler. Now he means it both good and bad. The bad part, on the make, on the take, scofflaw, ripping people off, con man, confidence man, right? Quoting Herman Melville. But the good part is always on the lookout for the next opportunity, always trying to make, what did Tupac say? Trying to make $1 out of, thank you, come on, what the call and response. So always trying to produce and then reproduce, right? That sense of hustling. So Jay-Z knows them both. He's in the street, but so were many American families that are now famous, politically speaking, with Johnny Walker Red or Jack Daniels, started running moonshine up in the hills, right, when it wasn't legal. dogging us for selling marijuana, right? I'm in love with Mary, you know, that. Y'all didn't know y'all knew Rick James. Y'all didn't know Rick James was talking about marijuana. Okay, because I was about to put y'all out right now. You got to go. So we are demonized, right? Now opioid addiction, my God, they're in need of hospitalization and medicalization.
And
Can we help them? And understanding, right? But you got caught in the crack, oh, Negro, you going to jail. You pathological, nihilistic, self-defeating, self-destructive. Wait a minute, it's the same characteristic, addiction. So when you look at what's going on in American culture, hustling is at the heart. But here's the thing, Jay-Z came to that conclusion not by studying historical precedents and antecedents that determine an outlook of Weltanschauung, as the Germans say, a worldview, historically speaking, whether it's synchronic, synchronized or diachronic, over time and space, right? He did it off the streets of Brooklyn. He came to that conclusion himself. If this is your first time hearing me, you're about to hear something so cold, right? The American dream. Talked about, right, hustling. In many of his songs, he's obsessed with it because that's what he had to do, and he transformed himself from a hustler in the streets to a hustler in the suites. I'm not a businessman, I'm a
businessman.
So let me handle my business. Damn. Y'all good, y'all good, y'all good. So your Shazams out there. So it is extremely important to understand hustling and what he has done with it, how he has transformed it, how black hustling was always seen as problematic. Black hustling in the underground economy, illicit, ill-gotten gain, having to sell drugs, heroin, crack, cocaine, having to manufacture and produce things that are not legally of the label, knockoffs, fencing stolen goods, and the like, right? The black hustle has always had an asterisk by it because it was seen as more inclined to be destructive and pathological as opposed to the edified conception of hustling in dominant culture, which obscured its own illicit and illegal activity, right? That would be like, for instance, you mad at one dude who run the place because he got a tan suit on. Man, I'm trying to creep up on in here. I'm trying to south side you up in here. You mad because the man got a tan suit, but this other dude hates people who are tan in a suit. Man, one guy, if he had had a white Russian drink, they would have put his black ass out of office. Another one has a white Russian in the White House, making extraneous gases just be Putin. I ain't wasting my stuff on y'all. So the biggest hustler in the world lives at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, because he done hustled America into believing that he knows something about the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence. He is preternaturally ignorant. He is proud to be unmolested by enlightenment. He stands up every morning to excrete the feces of his moral depravity into a nation he has turned into his psychic commode, right? That's the bad side of hustling. But Jay-Z, forging compact and connection with other young men and women, rising up out of the desperate situation of Marcy Projects to found Rockefeller Records and now Rock Nation, the hottest chick in the game wearing his chain. Not DOC, but similar to them letters, no one can do it better. I check cheddar like a food inspector. Man, that kind of hustle is about the genius of your determination and the determination of your genius to move forward as far as your talent and your gift can take you. So that's why I wanted to start there.
Now, this might be a little messy, but we are in Chicago, so I have to ask this. I noticed that you talked about a lot of Jay-Z's people that he's worked with, people that he might have had beef with. Oh. There's not a lot about Mr. Kanye West in the book. And I wanted to ask about that because I find it interesting that you talk about, hey, I don't know if Ye is here, hi, I'm not trying to be mean, I'm trying to ask. But I wondered about that because you talk about Trump and Kanye West is supporting Trump, and Obama and Jay-Z had this rapport that you talk a lot about. So what are your thoughts on that? Is there a connection between Jay-Z having that strong alliance and alignment with Obama and Kanye, who may be at odds with Jay-Z, forming this alliance with the orange one? Because I refuse to call him the president.
Right. Can we sign books right now? Let's. Yeah. Okay.
Hey,
Look,
you're in the hot seat. Come on.
And you done lit me up. Bunsen burner has been applied to the gluteus, emphasis on minimus. So, look, let's start from the beginning, very briefly, to give an abbreviated Nietzschean genealogy. Kanye West, the reason you can forgive a lot of stuff, them first 5 albums. Man, let's just be real. Like digging in the crates, bringing that Chicago soul. Now, I wasn't dissing y'all. I was just talking about the superiority of Detroit. So please understand, manifest destiny.
They will see you at the book signing. So
oh my God, Chicago's such a great city. Oh my God. It is,
Chicago
for real
is
though.
the best.
It is one of the great ones. I come from Detroit. That's the best. But y'all were still working when we were having problems with the automobile industry, so I can't be mad at you for that, right? Y'all were still hustling and working, the city of broad shoulders. That's because you didn't depend on one industry like the automobile industry. So while we had a rich run, the escalator to upward mobility was tremendous. So like my father coming from Georgia, mama from Alabama, you could make a living. You could escalate into the middle class because of hard work and brawn, not even without educational, credentials. But when that went away, tough times in that city. Motown left, went to LA. Last great group was Michael Jackson and the Jackson 5. I don't know if y'all remember them. They're closer to Chicago than Detroit, I guess. So y'all trying to claim them, ain't you? I'm going back to Indiana. Yeah, all right.
He's trying to sing around this question that I asked him.
Yeah,
you guys know that, right?
I'm trying to sing some
Let's
Michael Jackson.
Get back on the hot seat.
Yeah,
What is the answer?
My point is, all that Midwest stuff, all that Midwest genius, all that Midwest talent, all that Midwest soul that Kanye brought to the game as a producer and in terms of what he's singing about, thinking about, joining together Jesus Walks with his grandmama taking him to protests. See, Chicago is unparalleled in terms of you can call Negroes together in 10 minutes and have 1,000 black people ready to protest, resist, and engage in serious acknowledgement of black nationalist identity and ideology. Ain't nobody can do it, even Detroit. God dang it, did I say that? So Chicago is the epicenter of the creative black nationalist consciousness that predates a Black Lives Matter moment in the development of American society, right? Because you got Dawson, you got Harold Washington, you got the Jesse Jackson Superior, who? I mean, December 4th, 1969, right? Right? Fred Hampton died the day I arrived. I know a lot of people mad, but that's what it is. So when you got Bobby Rush, when you look at all the great black leaders and figures who have, been germane to this history, then you got that tremendous joining in Kanye with the political sensibilities and the aesthetic refinement. First 5 albums are incredible. And then you got the breakdown. You got his mama dying, right? I don't want to put everything, because they said Bill Cosby was doing what he's doing because his son died. I'm not so sure, right? Because here's the thing. If your son is killed by a Ukrainian fella, why are you mad at Negroes? Why are you going around the country talking about, and the people put the jello in the pudding pop? And I guess he was too. Man, y'all ain't ready. He was drugging y'all before he was accused of drugging those women. Because you bought it, hook, line, and sinker. that class warfare, that black half-billionaire demonizing vulnerable black people who can't speak back against him. See, that ain't no fair fight. When you got a microphone that I can't talk back in, because tonight we going to have question and answer, y'all going to snap right back at me, right? Talk to me about Detroit and Chicago and all that, because it's a democracy in that sense. Cosby got a microphone, can't nobody talk back to him, right? And you crapping on these young black people. I say all that to say that, I'm going to answer your question. I just want to, but I want to make it nuanced. But see, that's what I'm saying. I'm looking at him like, that's why Twitter can't help. You got to have nuanced answers. I'm trying to give you complicated analysis that is interpenetrating and intersectional. So here's my point. Saying all that, when Kanye lost his, right, Bill Cosby lost his son and then went off and went ham. He lost his mother, but it was real, right? He lost an anchor, a mooring. And I think that and the blowback from his brave and courageous stance on black artistic independence and the necessity to reward black people for what they be doing. In other words, I was there that night when he snatched the microphone from Taylor Swift. I was
in retrospect, I think people understood that what he was doing, but at the time, you're right, the blowback was extreme.
The blowback was extreme, you know, cruel. Because your boy Obama called him a jackass, but you didn't call Toby Keith a jackass, Obama. A right-wing conservative singer who's out in public doing stuff. Obama ain't never calling no white folk no names, but he will call a Negro a name in a minute. Yo boy from Chicago, ain't from Detroit. Interestingly enough.
We're going to meet him outside, guys. Don't worry.
I got Obama stuff up in here.
You were outnumbered.
I ain't, man. I ain't scared. I'm from Detroit. Where the exit at? Always know your exits. So I'm going to get out on Obama because I'm going to tell you what role Obama played. So he's vulnerable. He stands up on that stage and he snatches the microphone. Was it rude? Of course. Was it ridiculous? Because Taylor Swift is a beautiful, wonderful artist. Been writing her own songs since she's been 15. And what they're doing against her now, not owning her masters, that's what a genius J is. Own your masters. A powerful musician like Taylor Swift, as globally significant as she is, and she got to argue with her record, the people who bought her music, whether she can sing it at the latest American Music Awards. That's just you enslaving these people, right? Even though she making mad loot. Here's my point. He snatches the microphone because the award that night, was Best Video. He's saying Taylor Swift ain't got no better video than Beyonce. Almost single, the Pope was singing that song. If you really want me to be pontiff, put a ring on me. Oh man, what's up with y'all? That's dope. You know he wears a ring. You know how when they give him Pope, they make
it's gone. It didn't work. Stop.
That's because y'all from Chicago. Detroit love that. Detroit love that joke. The smoke come out there. Bow, wow, wow, yippee, yo, yippee, yay. Make me the Pope today. Okay, so the thing is that he's saying, I'm tired of black artists getting ripped off and white artists getting recognized for something black folks should be awarded for. Why do you think Adele said when she won the biggest awards at the Grammys, are there kids here? Are there little kids here? Oh, good. So we can cuss a little bit. So Adele is backstage and goes, what the fuck does Beyonce have to do to win this award? Be you white and British, but not American black? In the year she made Lemonade, she lost the ultimate 2 Grammys to Adele. Adele had a good album, but come on, hello? I ain't mad at you. That was a great song. That was the jam. But are you telling me? Sorry. No, not sorry. You got the greatest diss record in the history of the world? And you ain't named no man's name? That's everybody who messed up. That's every man who messed up. She said, if the cap fit, wear it. If the shoe fit, wear it, right? She didn't even call my man's name and she calling people out. B is a gangster. And couldn't win the opening award. So what Kanye is doing is saying, I bet you Little Richard was at home going, where was he when I needed him? Right? You know Little Richard said, give me my Grammy, shut up, woo! When they were giving Little Richard's award to Pat Boone. Pat Boone remade Tutti Frutti. You see what I'm saying? Tutti, Miss Fruity. You know, he's going, Tutti, Miss Fruity. Come on, Pat. With them white leather, patent leather shoes. Right-wing conservative Christian identity. So I bet you Chuck Berry was going, where was he when they were giving my award to Elvis? I'm the creator of rock and roll. The coldest songwriter in rock and roll, period.
Yes.
Chuck Berry, period. Period. Right? In terms of the cadence, the flow, the rhythm, the imagery, and like, I'm taking all that to say this. So Kanye, hold on. Kanye got shat upon. I remember I texted Jay-Z. I said, I don't like how they responded to Kanye on this. He said, send me what you want. And then he sent it to Kanye. That's how I first met Kanye, through Jay-Z. And I said, that was brave what he did. Yes, it was rude. Yes, it was inconvenient. But truth rarely is on time and nice in that way, because he was trying to underscore a point. And besides, that night, Beyonce gave her award and returned.
Gave her time.
Come on.
Yeah.
You know what? Reclaiming her time, and Maxine Waters. So don't act like she ain't got no time, because this is how good we are as black people. The very tribe that was wronged will return means of amplification to those who may not necessarily be deserving. I mean, she was individually, Miss Swift, but collectively. I say all that to say, then where did Obama go? What a jackass. Now, Obama did, let me finish.
He didn't know they heard
Wait a minute,
that.
I'm about to say that. I anticipated that, so I got an answer for you. That's what I do.
Look how mean he's being to me. Come on, Chicago, help me get him.
You are so intelligent. You are ebony ecstasy unfurled in coffee flesh. Y'all know? Tell Donald Trump you ain't got to grab it, call it. Summons it with the integrity of your persona and your sacrifice as a man. And lay down your life for your woman, and she will lay down for you. Woo-hoo! I'm on it, dog. I'm on it tonight. But anyway, now here's my point. Obama did indeed not know he was going to be quoted. But when they came back and did an interview with him, he doubled down. And here's my point. Why you going to snap on Kanye as a jackass when, as I said, so many white, look at Hank Williams Jr., what he was doing and calling Obama names, right? And I'm saying, look at Obama the other day, crying out against wokeness. Now, I'm a critic of cancel culture. I'm going to be real with you. You got 30 years of doing something good. You mess up one time, young people ready to get rid of you. Miss me with that. But to jam young black people up as being too woke, as Obama did, saying that we got to be more moderate, and stop, sir. Had you been woker instead of weaker when you were in office, then Negroes wouldn't have to have a movement out here beyond you. And what Donald Trump has showed us, I don't care what you think about him, what has Donald Trump showed you? Number one, there's a lot of shit the president can do that Obama wasn't doing. Now, Obama did start with the executive orders. Trump did take that over, because Obama was like at the end, forget y'all, I'm just going to write this, right? But here's the difference too. Race will be spoken about in America. You choose to do it or you don't. But if you don't, somebody else will. Obama's genius, intelligent, wrote one of the greatest memoirs about race in American history. And you ain't talking about race. That's like having Michael Jordan, the second greatest basketball player ever.
Oh, okay.
That's why, hold on, let me finish my statement before you trip. That's like having Michael Jordan.
Can't stop him, guys.
Wait a minute. That's like having Michael Jordan in the White House and can't talk basketball. The second greatest basketball
player ever. The first greatest, and you stop it right now.
The second greatest ever. Oh, you know Kobe Bean Bryant.
Man.
What? You people need to wake up.
No. You're about to turn the crowd against you.
You little Michael Jordan acolytes.
No.
But wait a minute. Even Jordan said this. He said, I can beat LeBron, I can beat everybody else. He said, everybody except Kobe. He did steal my moves. He did say that.
Oh, my gosh.
But it takes skill to steal them. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, Michael, he's the GOAT. He's one of the GOATs. Anyway, here's my point. So Jordan, right, it's like having Jordan in the White House and can't talk basketball. So Obama is loath to talk race, except against black people. And y'all need to wake up. I hope I ain't caused no book sales, but that's what it is. That's what y'all expect me to do, tell the truth. Don't bull crap. Tell you the truth. And here's the truth. I love Obama. I was a surrogate for him twice. Wrote a nearly 400-page book on him. But I'm telling you what I know. I talked about the good, the brilliant, the great, the wonderful stuff he did. And he was great for the dominant white American society. For Negroes, not so much. Why do you think Kamala Harris has to drop out? Because black people have a delayed response of grief to both her and Cory Booker. Oh, hear my analysis. It's fresh. You might not agree with it, but it's different. My point is that Negroes love Obama the man. Don't dig so much Obama the president. Love him as a symbol. You better not talk about him. That's my boo. That's my baby daddy. But in terms of what he did and what he failed to do, he is the Shaquille O'Neal of presidents. Shaquille was one of the greatest of all time, but he couldn't shoot free throws. And if you sit here and tell a lie, oh, Shaquille, he was a great free throw. No, he wasn't. Obama did something for black. No, he didn't. He did something he bailed out the automobile industry. He bailed out the banks. He organized the logic of American capital. He was a genius when it came to fixing this economy. The man was non-parade. He hooked up gay, lesbian, transgender, bisexual, turned the White House the colors of the rainbow. But when it came to you, he gave you my brother's keeper. What? A social program that you can do when you're out of office? Not public policy driven consideration of race. And he late in his term began to deal with criminal justice reform after Eric Holder cajoled him, pushed him for most of his term. So when he crapped on Kanye, did that hurt him? Of course it did. When he sees Jay and Obama hanging out, it's just now look, dude, don't get that hurt where you just lose your ideological mind, right? Just because your girl hurt you don't mean you just hate all the girls. That's misogyny, right? So we would say to Mr. West, and I talked to him about 4 months ago for about an hour before he did one of his Sunday mornings. And I said, now he was mad at me. I'm gonna tell you why, because I went on TV. Now he's a friend of mine. And I said, this is what he's talking now with the MAGA stuff. I said, that's white supremacy through ventriloquism. Black mouth moving, white ideas speaking. Wow. You my friend, but I gotta tell you the truth. The old people say where you did it is where you get it. If you act up in public, they're gonna beat your butt in public. They don't care. So my point is that Kanye, as much as a genius as he is, as much as Obama was unprincipled in his response to him, still what Kanye has chosen to do is tragic to me. And here's the thing, as a Baptist preacher for 40 years, you would think I would be celebrating. I can't celebrate no right-wing conservative Christian understanding of the world. You become a fundamentalist because you lived so dissolutely that you figure you take cover under Jesus. But I said, don't let the devil have the best beats. That's what I told Prince too. I said, you got converted to nation. I said to Jehovah's Witness, I said, are you telling me all the music you made? And I asked Kanye the same thing. Before you got converted is the devil's music? I said, bruh, God was speaking to you then. Yeah. I'm cheering for the sinner man. Because a lot of these people that get converted, I can't get down with them. I'm not down with Paula White standing up telling us that if you don't vote for Donald Trump, that God, you are against God, you are a liar, you are a heretic, and the truth is not in you. I would rather be with a Muslim or a Baha'i or somebody who believes in the truth of our people overcoming the odds than with a Christian who claims to be on our side who will go out and murder somebody, lynch somebody, and come back and sing benediction. So my religion is love, truth, and justice. And if you down with that, we in the same religion and tribe. If not, I don't care how much holy water you sprinkle, how much Holy Ghost you got, how much speaking in tongues. When you finish speaking in tongues, explain the misery of what we confront. So for me, I think what Kanye is doing now is tragic. I think it's disturbing. I think he is looking for a solution to an internal chaos that is understandable and yet tragic and lamentable. And I pray for him and love him as a human being and as a musical genius, but as a political figure who has influenced people to listen to him, and his embrace of Donald Trump is inexcusable and must be opposed. That's what I believe. But I had to take my time to get there so you could understand my
the
appreciation for
context.
your,
And we
for your
understand. I
Chicago
don't want you to get
homeboy.
canceled because of me.
You know what I'm saying?
That would hurt my soul.
You know what? If they ain't got no subscription to the magazine, they can't cancel me.
That's true.
And this is what I tell people who want to cancel Trump. If you can cancel Trump, I'm with you. If you can't, you're talking trash. You ain't canceling nobody. You're canceling your own understanding. Cancel culture, man, is a how you gonna cancel something? First of all, that's white supremacist logic. Right? White supremacy wants to cancel you. The best of black people ain't trying to cancel you. They're gonna oppose you, they're gonna get mad at you, they're gonna walk out, they're gonna try to resist you, but canceling you? To deny your humanity? I go see Queen and Slim. I don't like it, it's her. Then you gonna cancel Lena Waithe. Ain't that your homegirl too? Yeah. From right? Yeah. You gonna cancel, now you're gonna cancel, right? The same people who will stand up and be mad at some stuff going on, say, the woman who embraced that young lady who had killed that both of them, Jean. Oh, the right? Judge. Both of them, Jean, right? The judge and the plaintiff, they told the plaintiff to search her. She was actually, she wasn't trying to soothe her. They were telling her to search her hair, right? But here's the point. Be mad at that judge for doing that and go to church and hate black people who are gay. Now, how you gonna explain that? I was at a church in Cleveland. Black woman told me, you're going to hell. I said, ma'am, I know 25 reasons why I should. But I am curious as to the one you know. She said, you said God made gay people. I said, you think I'm going to hell? I said, you a multiple Jesus, kind of multiple divinity. You are a person who believes in multiple deities. That's cool if you do, but I'm saying, like, you think I'm going to hell? I said, either God made everybody, God made nobody. Ain't no in between. God took a day off, you got made.
That's a great point.
Right? Ain't no damn such thing. Either God made everybody, or God ain't made nobody. And when Negroes try to say, I love the sinner, but I hate the sin. Do you know white people who were vicious racists thought you were the sin? They didn't think you were sin. You were the sin. They quoted Ham and Noah. Them people used to come to my house when I was a kid. You know, Ham is cursed. I said, yeah, I know, man. I tried to stay off of pork. Come on, people, get with me over here. I was a kid. What's wrong with you?
You're feel these jokes.
What is wrong with you?
Right.
So my point is, right? At the end of the
Mind
day,
you, we got to leave some time for Q&A, though.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Michael Eric Dyson,
yes,
just
ma'am.
a couple minutes.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, I'm gonna just say this.
Minutes.
I'm just saying that when you come down to all that explanation and canceling and all that stuff, that's a white supremacist logic. Disagree, oppose, all that, but to cancel some human being, you're not even capable of doing that. And the desire to want to cancel them. And guess what? I saw folk when they were canceling Whitney Houston. Oh, now you love Whitney. Whitney. I was there. She sings like a white girl. That was her genius. She was, right, this one I want to tell Colin Kaepernick. Right. Act like the others. Get in the door and then wreck shop when you get in. Right? Be a Trojan horse. Look, that's what I do. Light skin, curly hair, Negro. Hey, bye, Jingin, how are you? Fine, how are you? What do you study? I study Friedrich Nietzsche, Jacques Derrida. I want to talk about the insurrection of subjugated knowledges. Let him in, he's good. Got a PhD from Princeton, certified Negro. I get up in there 10 minutes later, falling back on that ass. What a hellified gangster. Oh my God, Jiminy Cricket, where did he come from?
Oh my gosh.
He's a crazy Negro. Right? I pulled his shirt off. Super nigga right up in the spots. Sorry, I just had to go there.
Where is the Q&A? Please save me. Because as you can see, I can do nothing with this man. I can do nothing with this man. But while we get that ready, one quick question. If you can answer it quickly.
Okay, I will. Within 20 minutes, I'll do so.
Do you think that Jay-Z could be a politician? Like, he's evolved so much. He's doing things with social justice, obviously with some blowback. Could he be a politician in the next phase of his evolution?
Yeah, I think, no, he don't want to give up that dough, man. You know, politicians, well, look at Trump. But, you know, making more money now than he's ever made, and it's illegal. We don't even know. Trump lying about what he's making. He ain't got no money. That's why he ain't going to show them taxes. You talking about the ultimate hustler. Anyway, I don't think as many times as I can dig into Mr. Trump, I will. I don't think Jay is cut from that cloth. He's politically savvy in a way. Look at the NFL, I understand. And look, I can understand if people disagree.
It did not go well.
Exactly. It didn't go well, but here's my point. Since y'all real, y'all from Chicago, I can be real with y'all. I'd have to tell other Negroes different stories. Y'all I can be real with. Here's the real thing from my generation. First of all, I ride with Kaepernick straight up, all down. Right? I've defended him in my last 3 books. I've gone on TV. I've written op-eds for the New York Times. I'm ride or die with Kaepernick. That don't mean you ain't got to have no strategy. Damn. Like, who told you to wear a Kunta Kinte shirt? Now, the woke people, this is where I might agree with Obama, Rafiki Wakuumba. Why are you giving it away? Why are you letting them know? And here's the thing. Tell them NFL owners, don't be scared. Don't be running. The Negroes are telling you, man, you righteous and you great. They ain't got no money for you. They got no job for you. Here's my point. You know that the crackerocracy hates you. You know that the NFL owners, many of them white men of vicious ideology, do not dig you. You don't expect a freedom school scholarship from Pharaoh. You know who Pharaoh is. So you walk in the door understanding what Pharaoh got. Don't come to a battle of wits unarmed. And so I think, I'm not dogging him. I'm saying an alternative approach might be, if you give me half a field, don't even give me 100, give me 50, I'll turn it out. That's my generation, better than. Younger generation, oh my God, it must be fair. The conditions under which I exercise my legitimate right are not appropriate. Bruh, that's what it is. That's what it be. Is it fair that when black people get stopped by the police 10 and 12, right, that's where your hands got to be, right? 2, 10 and 2. Sorry, I can't count.
What kind of car are you driving?
Yes,
right?
I'm driving a halfway diamond in the back sunroof, digging in the seam with a gangsta lean. That's 10 and 12. But the rest of us 10 and 2. William Devon imitating the great Curtis Mayfield. You may not have. I'm killing you. So what's interesting, it ain't right, it's not just, but it's real. I still tell my kids, when you talk to the police, yes, sir, no, sir. Now, are you capitulating and giving up your humanity? I'm trying to get you to live just another day so we can fight the evil of that system in a more effective fashion. Look, a woman should be able to go butt naked into a man's room at 3 o'clock in the morning and not be touched, because we're living in misogyny, patriarchy, and sexism, and the vicious toxic masculinity that prevails. I'm going to tell my daughter, don't ever do that. That ain't the world in which we live. So Colin Kaepernick, yes, you should be able to wear a Kunta Kinte shirt and do what you want to do until the white man kiss your ass. That's not the world we live in. So if you want to achieve your goal, and I'm with you, and Jay has told, now the reason we know it was Jay, Roger Goodell had 3 years to give him a chance. How come he ain't gave him no chance before then? Because Jay put the pressure on him, right? Not just to save his reputation. Trust me, I know this part for real. He did it because he thought it was principled, right? And so, my man, when you go up into the arena, know who your enemy is, and expecting your enemy to treat you with respect and integrity is already losing, because you know what they're about. So take the terms. Now, a lot of people said, let me end by saying this. A lot of people said, well, he had to sign a waiver away. That's not true. I don't know what else. I saw the forms like myself with my own eyes. And I hate this. I'm just telling you it's not the truth. Now, the NFL doesn't usually do tryouts. Combines do and teams do, not the NFL. That's how much Jay had pushed them to do this extraordinary thing. So the least Colin can do, step up into the spot knowing your man done got it. Let's be Starsky and Hutch. Let's be Martin and Malcolm. Let's be Steph Curry on the outside and Draymond Green on the inside. Oh my can we see that? Who y'all got here now? Can't name nobody doing it in Chicago. Is it Zach LaVine? Who y'all got here? Y'all got Zach? Who y'all got?
Get him out of here.
Who y'all got? Who y'all got? Name for me. I don't know. Who's the outside player? Who can shoot a 3? Kobe White, long hair, gotcha. Who's on the inside? Jesus. Okay, Kobe White and Jesus, right? Throw the ball to Jesus. Let Jesus do something on the inside. My point is, we got to work together. My point is, you need Malcolm X and Martin Luther King Jr. You need Fannie Lou Hamer. You need Ida B. Wells Barnett. You need Septima Clark. You need Joanne Robinson. You need everybody. And to call people names, let me end by saying this. Come on, man. Because Eric Reed, who is the friend of Colin Kaepernick, is calling Malcolm Jenkins, who plays for the Philadelphia Eagles, names because he sat down with the Players Coalition to take the $89 million that the white owners were offering. Why can't we do both? Take the dough, use it for your people. You know what they're doing? Fighting stand your ground laws. You know what they're doing with that money too? Giving it to the Advancement Project, black people, black women. You know what they're doing? They're funding programs that talk about how young black people should not be tried as adults. In other words, we can do that and we can kneel. What Jay meant when he said beyond kneeling, he didn't mean to diss him. He's saying, let's have kneeling toward what end? Because if all you're doing is kneeling and you ain't got a plan and a blueprint and a project, what you kneeling for? Right? And so I'm saying, I love Colin Kaepernick. And let me give it more personal. I was at the shindig. With,
Y'all ain't gonna get to ask no questions. I'm just gonna
one more, then I'm gonna be quiet. Because I know they want to hear this. I'm gonna tell the truth. I was at that Tyler Perry joint. Y'all know the Tyler Perry thing with all the people there? And when Beyonce said to me, can I say that? When she said, I thank you for showing me love and always having my back. I'm sure somebody spoke to me after that, but I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it was somebody, but I ain't heard them after that. But let me tell you what, I did hear Colin Kaepernick when he came up to me. You know what he said to me? I want to straighten you out. I said, bruh, I ain't got no ego. I said, you got my number. I said, but here's the problem, Colin. You text me when you want me to tweet something. You text me when you want me to be your PR man. People pay me mad money just to hear Biggie Smalls speak, to hear me talk. I don't want no money from you, but you don't even want to talk to me? I done wrote 2 books on King. I done wrote a book on Malcolm. I know this stuff, bruh. And I've been out in these streets. I'll offer you whatever you want because I love you, right? His girlfriend, Nessa, same thing. You know, she said it more gently. I would love to tell you the background. So before I wrote my stuff, I called both of them up. Crickets. Talked to Jay today. I don't know. I'm saying to you, a lot of other people say the same thing. They can't get nothing out. And my point is, you can be a symbol, but dog, you ain't Jesus. And somebody, let me tell you, I for real will end on this point.
You are not about to
I'm in right here. Martin Luther King Jr. got his butt handed to him in 1961 in Albany, Georgia. He was fighting against a guy named Laurie Pritchett, who was a sheriff. Let me tell you about that wise old redneck. He said, oh, wait a minute. I ain't gonna be violent. I'm gonna be nonviolent. I will not beat any of these Negroes. That's number one. Number two, he said, I ain't gonna put them in the same jail. I'm gonna spread them out. They gonna have no damn camp meetings up in my jail. They gonna be singing, Lord. No. They're gonna be singing jingle bells, because it'll be Christmas before they see daylight. He spread them out, and he defeated Martin Luther King Jr. and the doctor in that movement. 2 years later, King learned from that strategy. So what did he do? He took a Bull Connor, who he knew was a buffoon, but he knew he was evil. He said, round about dinner time, we gonna let the water hoses of the fire people and the police dogs rip into the flesh of women and children. Malcolm X said, you coward, you shouldn't let women be involved in the movement. They grown, they independent. Children, what you want? Feed them. They want to be out there. King understood theater. So on the 6 o'clock news, when they saw those Negroes being washed up against the wall, even the most hardened white folks said, wait, slow down. That's crazy. King understood strategy in theory and theater. That's all I'm saying. Colin, your cause is right. It's beautiful. But there's something to be said for joining with other people who can help you strategize on your goal. Does Colin deserve to be in the NFL? Heck yeah. He's better than half these quarterbacks. He's better than Trubisky. Oh, I guess you ain't gonna be mad at me on that. Yeah, I guess you ain't gonna be mad at that. Right? Hot dang it, I redeemed myself. So he deserves to be in. He shouldn't be out. He shouldn't even have to go through this. But shouldn't and is are two different things. And in the meantime, use your power to promote your program, to amplify your desire, and to solidify your goals. I'll be quiet. Thank
Okay,
y'all.
thank you. That was a great answer. All right, I don't know if we have time for any questions,
Yeah,
do
a
we?
couple.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, but the building closes soon, so
Okay.
we have to wrap this
So we want
portion.
to wrap it up. Okay.
Yeah, but we'll,
The actual building closes?
yeah.
Let's go outside. Let's go outside. See, y'all ain't following me nowhere. I'm a poor leader.
Well, because we just want time for the book signing also,
Yes.
which is going to be in this room right over here.
Okay.
Yeah, okay,
What
so
time
you can
What
ask
time does the building close?
It closes at 9.
What time is it now?
It's
8:17.
Y'all just want to skip the buying the books? I don't mind. Hell, let's go. You want to go? Okay, we're going to go over to where? Next door?
it's right up here.
Right
Yep.
up here. Okay.
So, and you certainly...
Y'all come on over. We'll talk some more after.
Exactly.
Go get
Yeah,
some-
we can keep
Somebody
our
bring me some
conversation
Harold's
going.
chicken over here. Can y'all
Oh
bring
my
me
God.
some?
Popeye's
Huh?
chicken sandwiches,
750 what?
75th and King.
750 and King?
All right.
Look at y'all.
Let's thank everybody. Let's thank Michael Eric Dyson, this
Hey.
wonderful audience, Chicago
y'all.
Humanities,
I love
Gary
Chicago.
Palmer Center.
I love ya.
Yes. So we're gonna go ask our questions over there in the book
Over there,
signing.
before they
Thank
put
you
us
so
out the
much for your
building.
patience.